Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Coffee and Weed. My name's Mike.
I'm April, and we're High as Kites. We are here with TJ. This is my brother. He also has a new t-shirt company called Hectic. And yeah, so we're gonna smoke and
We're going to talk more about it in a minute.
All right, cool.
So we got a whole show to talk about it. So nothing. We're going to get to it many times.
Yeah.
he's got one of them on right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks a little weird with the green screen, but
Yeah.
I love what we do every time we have a. It's been a while since we had a guest on, but every show, if you ever go back and watch, it all goes like this: "Hey everybody," blah, blah, blah. And then we go, "Oh shit, someone's here!"
Yeah, right.
Because we're always like, "Ah," and the names forget, and this is family.
we're high and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Oh, this is Coffee and Weed. If you don't know what this is, it's cannabis education and a little bit of fun. How about that? Going to be talking about some news stories today. Going to show his shit off. Do that here in a minute. What do we?
Also, check out my new
Yeah.
grinder, you guys.
It's pretty
It's
sweet.
huge. So I got it for like $8 because if you have a business license, so I was able to go to like the supplier and get this. It was like $8.50. And come to find out, you guys, this is the biggest grinder I've ever had.
It's
but
freaking huge.
come to find out, big grinders are what you want because that's what collects the most keef. We put, we ground up the first time we used
Keep our
it.
queefs in there.
And there was so much keef. There's so much keef built up at the bottom after the first use that we were like, whoa, what have we been using? Because you've got like a new one that's smaller and blue.
I bought one a week before she got hers.
It's really nice though.
And then she goes off and get a better one that has more keef. So we're like, So she's going to show you. I like this
Oh yeah,
grinder.
I got that one. It's the same one, the exact same one. I love that grinder.
This was by far the best grinder I've ever owned.
Yeah.
Me too,
Same,
me too.
Same.
But the keef
So
in this
smooth.
other
It's
one.
like-
Here, I'll show you a
it's
picture.
nice, man.
It is. Keeps
Hold
clean
that.
too.
Hand me your Bob Marley. Bob Marley. I'm wearing shorts. Let me see if I can open this up and just. Oh, I really wish I could just set that webcam up. I should have did it.
Hey, when we were in Jamaica, Jamaicans would just point at you and go, Bob Marley.
Bob.
Rasta. That's all I remember right
Yeah.
down there.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer to Bob Marley.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
It's
Yeah.
not even a lot yet.
That's
It's
3
a good
weeks
amount.
use.
It's more than me.
But let me tell you, when we moved to Colorado Springs from Kansas City and we moved to Alabama for a bit, we had a grinder. It was probably half the size of this. A little more than half the size of this. And then we never opened the bottom because we never had an opportunity to need to or anything like that. But when we opened it, there was so much keef in there. It was hard chunks. It
You
was
remember
awesome.
the bottom threading was fucked up? That's why we
Yeah.
didn't open it a lot, because it was like one side was just completely smooth, so you'd have to jam it closed.
I honestly forgot that thing was there.
Yeah.
So, we have a friend that's in the hospital right now.
Yeah.
Miss Christine.
Christine, yeah, we love you.
We're not gonna say your last
Hope
name,
Hope
but-
you get well. Yeah, we're gonna give your last name, your address.
Get well soon.
Yeah.
We want
Dox
you to
you.
get well. What is that? Get well soon. We want you to get well.
That's a what? That's a thing?
This is something that was on a
First time
TV show
you
or
know.
something.
I've heard dun 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 dun.
You
I
go.
didn't know it had words. I didn't know it had words. That's like Looney Tunes music.
Yeah. Looney Tunes music was the shit though.
Yeah,
It was
it was
like
Not bad.
real
not bad.
orchestra shit.
I didn't know Michael Jackson copyrighted the Happy Birthday song.
That's who did that?
Mm-hmm. I never
It
knew
was a
that.
dick
yeah.
move.
Yeah, like come on now, man.
That's ruined so many TV shows where they've had to have some fake song.
Happy birthday, happy
Right.
whatever that is. Yeah.
I don't know if it's still copyrighted though, is it?
I don't
'Cause I
know.
think they can do it now. Because after a certain amount of years, it has to be public domain.
Is that for
Makes
all
sense.
copyrights though? Or is it just musically or artistic?
I have no idea. Like, I don't know who's getting money from Bach and like Beethoven and shit.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is, because you can play that on YouTube all the time for free.
Yeah.
Without getting copyrighted.
I feel like you're gonna put a YouTube video on, and if I put like Beethoven on here, like you have a violation because it's like, oh, but you won't get money on it. It'll be sent to Beethoven. Like, you know what I'm talking
Beethoven's
Get demonetized.
ancestors.
about? Yeah, or whoever owns the master tapes. The master tapes.
Master tapes.
Well, I guess you only had his sheet music. Well,
Yeah, that's all that it used to be.
did they? I'm going to be really high for a second. When did they start recording shit? And that was way before his time, right?
I think, wasn't that the early 1800s? The first recording sound?
Don't know.
Oh, well, I'm gonna
We have
find out.
computers
You
at
guys
our
talk,
apparel.
and I'm
but
going
we
to
don't
find
use
out.
any of them.
I'm going to find out.
If you don't know, we've been working out at a store called The Gas Pipe. It's located on 604 East 99th Street in Kansas City, Mo. Wow, look at that brain. And the only reason I'm telling you this right now, too, is because he has shirts at this location. Yeah. So go ahead and show your shirt before we start getting into, like, nonsense things.
All right.
You know?
First, here's one right here. You can kind of see it. The green screen's kind of messing up, but yeah. It's one of my favorite designs,
Don't blame the green screen.
I am. And...
At least it's grass in the background.
It's green. It's still green. It's pretty close. It looks kind of funny. I love it. And there's another one. A lot of people seem to like this one too. They're all around like all $20. They're pretty cheap. So yeah, come down and get some.
How did you come up with these designs?
Ooh, I just started drawing and then just popped out on my mind. Like I saw the eyes like on some Tyler Creator thing. And I was like, all right, I like that. So I just took it. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. Y'all have a lot of drawing in your family, apparently.
It's
so
weird.
You draw, she draws, our daughter draws. Our daughter draws some fucking
She's
awesome
insane.
things.
She is great.
Holy crap.
I hope if she keeps drawing, she draws every single day.
Yeah.
If she keeps that up, she's going to be excellent as an adult.
Like,
I mean, she's excellent now.
Yeah, she's
as an adult.
crazy.
Excellent.
I keep telling her all the time, I was like, hey, every time she draws something, she's like, I go, oh, did you make this one up? She's like, no, but it came from this. And then so I'm trying to get her to start drawing some of her own stuff, and she has been. She's been drawing here and there. She'll draw her own. She has a new character. Was a frog character. Yeah.
She's into
kind of
glass frogs right now. Her favorite thing.
Yeah, it was mermaids and stuff. I don't remember.
We want her to draw a logo.
Likes mermaids.
Okay.
I think we're wanting to get her to draw us and see what it looks like, and see if she can draw dreads and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool because we're looking for another logo. Don't know if April knows that yet. But
I've kind of been looking for a long time. I don't know if you knew that.
Like, we love our logo and stuff.
But we
it's
aren't in
just
Colorado.
not in Colorado anymore. And we did the where were we? Jamaica. Oh, see, I forgot. That's how high I am right now. Went to Jamaica for 5 months, and if you guys don't know what we're talking about, you can go back and watch our Jamaican videos and go on our Instagram and see some pictures of our $29 pound.
Yeah, there will be way more Jamaica videos coming out too. And I'm going to finish up the Paris ones. We're actually in transit. We're moving to Florida. I don't have the editing software that I need yet, so just be patient,
So what she just
if
said...
anybody even cares.
I was going to tell him that too a little later. I feel like I didn't talk over you. I was trying to add to. But it sounded like I was like, shut up! We are moving to Florida. Right now we're in Kansas City. And if you don't know, they just legalized medical in Kansas City. And if you go to our Facebook page, you'll see a map of where they said the dispensaries are going to be coming out at. And I had a buddy named Brad text me, and he was like, hey, do you think this is a good start? And I said, yeah, I think any dispensary right now in Missouri is a good start. But where they have them drawn, where the counties are and stuff, you still have to drive in some places an hour and a half to even get to a dispensary.
I don't think that's right. I need to look at a map of that. I need to look at a map.
Yeah, if you go to it's Highest Kites on our group. It's just really easy to remember. Not you, them.
By the way, the first audio recording was taken in 1860.
All right, so it was 1800s.
All right.
By a dude named Scott.
Really?
Yeah.
Scott?
Yeah.
All right, that's it. We are moving to Florida. We're moving near the Tampa area, so also they have medical cannabis right now. It's exciting to see new places coming up with legalizing things. And I want you guys to understand something. We get this question a lot, believe it or not. I don't know how, but someone was asking about mushrooms the other day, and like, oh, are they going to be able to sell them and stuff? No, that's not what. There's two different things.
They're decriminalized in Denver.
Right.
So
I thought they were legalized. That's
right.
What I heard.
So everybody, so when you hear, because any win is a good win, right? Even if they take it away.
Yeah.
So it's not legal. So you can't go and buy mushrooms. That's not how that works. I mean, you can, but what you want to do is it's decriminalized. So that means the officer will still get you and write you a ticket for it. So you have to pay something. And now, what's interesting is I heard in Canada that they're about to try to open up a mushroom dispensary.
I like that.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
And we were talking
now,
about
I
that.
can do that. Now, I can grow some mushrooms.
Right.
Yeah,
I
you
love
can.
growing mushrooms. I'm ready to get back into it.
We have pictures of mushrooms on our site, too, if you want to look at them.
Yeah.
Throwing a disclaimer out, I'm going to write this in writing, too, but all of this is used for medical purposes, and anything that you see is...
Can and will be used against you.
Can and has CBD products in here. And some other things. Let's just, do that. But they're all for medical use anyway. So now here's what's really interesting is you can have spores. Spores are not illegal, right? In that, from what we were reading,
Right.
I have to look
They
more
aren't
into it.
illegal.
They're not illegal.
They didn't need to be decriminalized because they were never illegal in America.
Right. I don't know how you would make spores illegal anyway, because spores, by definition, aren't they just out and about?
Yeah,
everywhere.
Like, you're carrying spores on your clothing right now.
Yeah. So what's interesting is so you can't have a mushroom dispensary that I know of right now, say in Denver. So you can't just go here's a bushel of so-and-so shrooms. A bushel. They're selling about bushels. But what would be interesting is, and I haven't looked into this, what if you had a Spore Store?
Spore Store. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh my God. You guys
Yeah.
better not take that shit. I'm gonna be so mad. Why would you say that out loud?
I know, right?
It's over. Somebody's already doing it.
It's funny. It's like we've done this show a lot, and I tend to have things, and they're really good ideas. And after the camera turned off, like I don't know why you said that.
Yes.
I kept that one, but well, it's out there now. So let's just talk about it for a second. A Spore Store. That would be a cool name too.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
All of this is really cool.
I want to do that.
Yeah, what would you keep them in? Like just jars all over the?
No, you
store
can. The thing is
spores on little. What are those? I forgot what those scientific deals are called.
Petri dish.
Scientific.
Petri dish. Is that a petri dish?
No.
Someone's
It's
saying
like-
right now, quit saying petri dish.
It's like a lot of times, I don't know, for lack of a better term, it just looks like parchment paper a lot of times.
Okay.
And then it'll have a spore print on it. And then you cover it up then with something.
I did see a guy who was using, I don't know if it's water or alcohol or whatever, to have spores in there, like in a vial.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly what that is. It's not water and alcohol, but yeah.
But it's something,
It's something, yeah.
Okay. Nope,
Listen,
it's
you've
not
already given our shit away.
I know, right? You're like, shut up. But just that would be, I thought that would be interesting. And I wanted you guys to know there is a difference between decriminalization and legal, because that's the thing. People, for some reason, you hear that and you're like, yes, and you're so excited about something being, legal. You think it's legal and it's
No,
not.
I'm really serious. You want to open up a Spore Store in Florida?
That would be very
I'm
interesting.
very serious because there's nothing illegal about spores.
I feel like you're gonna get raided constantly.
And-
They're gonna be like,
Probably.
I
There's gonna be
will
some
never
kind of
keep
problems.
anything in that store. That would be the dumbest move ever.
You know what
Like,
we
you're
have to
gonna
have?
make money from the spores.
What would be in there?
We gotta have a
The
couple of
store.
pit bulls.
Would the store just be empty or what?
No, it'll like I would try to find the smallest space I could possibly find,
Okay.
and then I would just have spores. But also, I would have legal mushrooms in there too, but not very many because
They're expensive.
Who's coming in and just buying regular mushrooms that you're just chowing down on?
Chowing down.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You never take like a sack of mushrooms into a movie?
No.
Speaking of movies, I have something I want to talk about. So, we're going to talk about, there's a Chick-fil-A choking thing I'm going to talk about. But it got me on choking, and we were talking about the movies or something right there. You ever go to a movie by yourself, and you're scared you or someone around you is going to choke?
Haven't thought of it.
Generally, yeah, me if I'm eating.
I know, right?
Yeah, that, yeah.
You ever
I have
go-
a weird fear in theaters. I'll tell you after this, though.
You ever go into a theater and you're the only one there, and you're like, if I choke right now, no one's going to get to me.
No.
I mean, you could try, because when you're choking, you're going to panic, and at some point you're going to try to run out.
Something,
And then you're
yeah,
going to
try
expel
something.
more oxygen by
Right.
running.
But What if it's too late? What if you're fat?
You're freaking me out, Mike.
Because those recliners, we went to B&B theaters, which is way better than AMC. Fucking hate AMC here. It's terrible. It's going to be worse in Florida.
AMC used to be awesome, too. Like, I just can't believe that happened.
But it's so expensive.
You don't know what awesome is until you can recline all the way back. And I mean, like, all the way
you
back.
don't even have to watch the movie.
I think at one point, my legs were, like, way up above. I couldn't even see. My knees were in the way. It was too much. But I was like, someone's eating. Someone's just...
like that in that position.
Yeah.
Because we've all watched one episode of a 600-pound life at some point, right?
Pretty sure.
Somebody was laying on their stomach eating, and that was
Yeah.
history.
How are you... Oh, that would wig me the fuck out.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Oh, man.
I could not do that.
We're going to... What?
So wait, here's what freaks me out in the theater.
Yeah.
Here's like a thought that I get. I'll just, like, it's always when I get comfortable in the chair, too. I'm like, so what if somebody could just walk by and they could just, like, pull a hammer out of their bag and just pop it right through the top of my skull? Not the hammer nail part, but the part that you pry things out with. That sharp end.
But why would they do that?
Because people are fucking crazy.
Why would they choose you?
Right. I don't know. And then I also think, like, or, man, somebody could just shoot me in the back of the head.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, honestly, a shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that has happened.
So you can't even go to the movies anymore, man. It's
I
ridiculous.
I would be really nervous if someone, like, walked into the movie. Because you always... Whenever something's on, you always look and see who's coming in. You always do this, especially now because there has been shooting. So you want like, I saw his face. I know what he looks like.
Man.
But you see a guy like come up and like look. That would wig you. Now, if he gets behind you after he sees that, then I would be worried. Like he was like, and no one else is in the theater.
And you're just on display in there. Everybody's nice and lined up
Lit
like a
up
shooting gallery. Yeah, it's like ridiculous.
That's sad though.
It is.
And I really, speaking of guns, the NRA TV is no longer a thing. That was
a thing?
That's weird. Under Trump too. That's weird. It's not.
That is weird.
I think they were running out of money, so I think they're changing some shit up.
Well, I find that hard to believe because there are plenty of Christians that are donating to that shit just like they're donating to church.
Maybe they're putting it somewhere else.
That would make sense.
I don't know if you guys know this, and I don't care. I'm not a gun enthusiast. That doesn't mean I can't shoot. I was in the Air Force, and I could shoot very well. I've done competitions when I was in, when I was in high school and stuff like that, and I was a fucking nice shot. I just don't like guns now. Because
pretty frightening.
You never hear a gunshot and go, man, that's nice.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so good and safe inside.
Like, it happens out here all the time. We can't even
like
walk up the road.
It's a normal thing. But when it happens in the city, it's a bad thing.
You're like, yes. Yeah, safety.
Right. So you guys check out my new bubble bong.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
This thing is nice capacity for the size. I love it.
How much was it?
20.
Yeah.
We got a couple of things that we haven't showed you guys yet. April got me a long pipe.
This one. And it actually sits up like on a hard surface. It won't do it on carpet though.
I want a pipe that has like retractable legs. like you know how when Apollo 11 went to the moon and landed on the moon and the legs move out. One of those. But that's not what happened. They didn't do that.
A $400 pipe.
Yeah. But it would be neat. Yeah. And I say supposedly because I don't know. I'm not saying we didn't go to the moon. I'm just saying there's a lot of shit. It's very interesting. It's very interesting to read if you look.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying fake news. I'm not saying none of that shit. I'm talking about just the Van Allen belts, and I know it's the whole thing.
And I feel like we did go.
Yeah, I feel like we went too, yeah.
That's just how I feel.
I didn't say we didn't go. I just
didn't
don't
say
know.
You didn't. I said I feel like we went.
I just don't know if we went when we said we went.
But the footage, it's a little sketchy. It is not like the realist.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna like lie. There are a lot of weird things going on around the moon, and things like that. So I don't mean like in the sky. I mean like the moon rocks.
Yeah,
and
the
things
moon rocks
of that
going
nature,
missing and stuff, and some of them being false.
But
here's what's really interesting is you know who the second country was that went to the moon?
No one?
No one.
Yeah, it's weird. No one else went to the moon. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
So I understand we were at a space race, and then you're telling me that they're like, fuck it.
Right,
yeah.
Russia was trying so hard. Russia made
it to orbit first, I think, or something.
Yeah, Sputnik,
right.
A lot of interesting things. It was just, Yeah, we give up. We're good.
Yeah.
You know how the second, when you're playing the World Series and you're in the playoffs and someone loses one of the first games and you're like, oh, I'm good. We're done. I didn't mean to touch your foot. That was weird. Okay. We're sitting Indian style, and I don't know if you guys know. You guys know I don't like being touched and shit. We touched each other.
It's a bad time.
We're gonna talk about. Oh man.
Oh, so
I am high.
What about, since we're on space? How about the UFOs?
All right. Well, tell me what you want me to show. I'm gonna pull some stuff up, which is really interesting.
Okay. So what's been going on is, first let me just talk about what the Navy has created. The Navy aerospace engineer has invented an inertial mass conduction device. It uses an electromagnetic propulsion system. Okay, so what that means is they're basically bending physics around the craft.
That's what Bob Lazar claimed on Joe Rogan's show.
That's what?
Bob Lazar claimed on Joe Rogan's show. He claimed
right,
He claimed
and
that
then
exact
they
same
fucking
thing.
just did it. So I'm
they
just saying, I don't know about the Bob Lazar thing, okay?
We're going to talk about Bob Lazar.
I honestly believe it.
I don't know, okay? Because there's some things that, are pretty spot on. And
this is going to be a Bob Lazar show. I feel like the rest of it's going to be about Bob Lazar.
And you can't tell me that there aren't people that actually work for the government that do secretive things. Like,
no, I'm not saying
that happens.
We knew people.
So the odds of somebody actually coming out about it, it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, no matter what.
But we knew people who worked at
No.
We did.
Yeah, we knew airmen that worked in the lower levels and ranks of things that you're allowed to hear about, which means nothing.
This is what's really interesting. My job was loading bombs, right? And I loaded bombs on 810s, and one time we had to go to Indian Springs, and we went out there, and which is a smaller Air Force base where they do. This is public information, I'm sure, right? I don't think I'm going to say anything that's
not. I don't think you need to say what they do. You can just tell the story.
Well, yeah.
It's over at Indian Springs.
Yeah, so they do. Well,
it's just an annex of Nellis, kind of.
Sure. They do the drones.
Yeah.
That's what I guess. So they did the Predator when it came out, and all these things were like stationed there. And I remember seeing that, and I go, they're gonna put bombs on this fucker.
Yeah,
and
you
then
did. I remember you saying that.
Yeah,
that's
I go, they're gonna put. I was like, of course. Why
it's
would you not do
surveillance,
this?
Guys.
Yeah,
I swear.
And then when I went there, it was crazy as shit. I opened up the door, and there it fucking was with the fucking 2 AIM-9s and a fucking bomb on it. And I go, that's fucking crazy that I saw this.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me because it's just crazy. I can't even don't know where I'm going with. So the people that I knew out there, they did take that fucking bus and go to that fucking base and shit like that, and they don't ever talk about it. And I don't know who any of the fuck they are anymore. That was so long ago. But yeah, we knew people who worked there. We just didn't know what they did. So
right. So I'm just saying, it's very reasonable that a civilian, this guy doesn't even claim to have been military, so it's very reasonable that a civilian could have come out and he's talking about this stuff. And a lot of times people spill the beans and want to be made public so they can be in the public eye so that they don't get murdered silently in their home and nobody ever knows the story.
Okay, let's put it this way. I don't know, have you seen the Bob Lazar show on the movie on Netflix?
I didn't get to finish
documentary
it.
or whatever.
There's a documentary on Netflix about Bob Lazar, and it goes through for someone who every time he gets on camera talking about, I don't really want to talk about this anymore, he's doing a lot of fucking talking about it. Okay, let me just throw that out.
People are begging him to, though.
Yeah, well, I like Joe Rogan, but he flip-flops a lot. I don't know. It bothers the shit out of me.
Now, wait. Here's the... Okay.
He does.
Here's something that you don't like. I don't think you like it when people change their minds sometimes.
But when you change your mind to something, and then to something again, back to what it was, that's flip-flopping.
But you have to be flexible in the faces of evidence.
Yeah.
What if you get different evidence? Why would you just be rigid and unchanging even when something says otherwise? Because you don't want to change your mind?
I think it's the issue of which evidence he's finding credible.
we don't know that. We can't judge what he finds
That's
credible.
true.
But what I'm saying is, if you get new evidence, by all means, change your mind. It's like saying black people are monkeys, like they used to say.
That's
you know
not
what
at
I
all
mean?
what that's like.
I'm saying like they used to say, and then you know,
won't have to
scientific
throw out my
evidence
card.
come to find out we're also human. So I mean, he shouldn't stick to those guns just because I don't want to change my mind.
Well, let's put it, and I understand what you're saying, because that is right. So I did kind of misspeak a little bit, so I'm an atheist. Let me just throw that out. And so you're going to believe in something for good reasons or bad reasons, and it does. Yeah, you can flip flop.
I didn't want to use the typical Christian example.
Some people
I'm
right
not
now
trying to pick on Christians at all.
No,
I don't care. All religions are interesting in their own
They are
way.
very, very much interesting.
So the Bob Lazar thing, though, is
Bubblezar.
Bubblezar.
It's one word, Bubblezar.
Oh,
And,
last
and
name.
let me say, you don't have to believe or like me or anything like that. I'm just saying, from my understanding, is there's a site that I saw on Reddit, and it goes through his whole life, what he claimed, and what was actual that they could prove. So, like, he was supposed to have gone through MIT. He's supposed to go through, I think, Caltech. Not Caltech or California. It's somewhere in California. There's no records of him there. Not in any yearbook. And I understand you can scrub people, but you're talking about people who had. This isn't the internet yearbooks.
What kind of
and
yearbook
stuff.
are we talking
All colleges
about?
have yearbooks.
Okay.
Just
I'm
like
curious.
But they talked about one of the only credible evidences they gave is, he was in the phone directory. That was a big one. And then they, and I understand trying to cover shit up, was they were saying that he would have been a subcontractor. But the issue that I had is on the video, on the Netflix video, they kind of show his wife, they show his mom, and they show him. They apparently only interviewed his mom for 52 seconds or so. And she didn't say anything to the character of her son, nothing. It was just, I want him to be able to get his story out, but that was it. She didn't say, if my son or my daughter was like, Dad, I saw aliens and shit, you have to believe me, I'm taking your side. Well, depends, but I'm taking your side as much as a father would. And if he held that account for 30 years, then it would get more. I would believe him more, not less, especially when his mom was supposedly there for some things that were supposed to go on. The way that he betrayed his wife that he was there, you have to watch, I don't know if you've seen it yet, if you saw that part. But I thought maybe he'd been married to one woman his entire life. Not that that matters, and I'm not saying that you should only be with one woman. But this was his third wife. And his second wife, or first wife, one of them ended up killing herself. Not that that's bad on nothing like that, but with the carbon monoxide poisoning, he's a scientist. I'm not saying, there's a lot of ways. It's just suspicious shit going on. Just really suspicious.
Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happened in his life.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I have to watch the documentary.
Yeah, me too.
Before I
Yeah.
can get a better picture of it.
And what's really interesting is, if you guys find that interesting at all, and I'm going to try to see if Chris wants to do this, and we're going to try to do Stoner Talk or something, where we're going to all sit down and watch a movie and talk about it.
Okay.
Not together necessarily, but like take notes and like come back together and watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Reviews on that. Show your shit one more time, man.
Oh.
We're going to do this in 2 parts, so make sure you check out part 2, because we're going to do another. We got a lot more to go through, and I could spend the whole video talking about Bob Lazar.
And you guys remember
that.
that
Only
electromagnetic propulsion? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, only $20.
Yeah.
It's pretty good stuff.
What's it? It was stuck together.
says,
what is it?
The wording right here says hectic, if you can see it.
Maybe.
Isn't it stuck together, or am I super
I don't know.
high?
I thought I saw that too at first.
Because whenever I look over here, it's
It
not
is.
stuck. Okay. I couldn't find it. I'm too high.
There's another one of my designs, all $20.
Yeah, and
It
you can
looks a
check
little
them
weird
out.
'cause of the green screen.
If you want to get in contact with him, hit us up, and then we'll give you his information until you get a website or whatever.
Yeah,
or
appreciate
you can
this,
go,
guys. Yeah.
Or do you have email?
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, whenever you do, we'll get all the info in the info box under the
Okay.
video. So,
Yeah.
all right,
He's
no
like, I
problem.
don't
I can
have
give you just
regular
my
email.
my normal email. So yeah, after the show.
Okay,
He's like,
cool.
use my home email. It's
Yeah.
big titty bitch. That's his
You gotta make a different one, yeah.
It's like, that's professional.
The business email I'm using right now is messed up and stuff. So, yeah, I'm sharing it with another person. So.
You say you're sharing your email?
Yeah, it was. We were gonna have a business together, and yeah, it just didn't happen.
Y'all were taking like physical stores, and, like connecting them. I don't know. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching Highest Kites. See you later. I guess I have to click the off button.
All right.